Tomorrow could be a very pivotal day in the government shutdown, as the Trump administration has said layoffs of federal workers are imminent.
Congress was recessed today in honor of the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, but many are now focusing on what potentially firing workers, along with those furloughed, could do to an already faltering economy and small businesses. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in our newsroom tonight with more on this. Sean.
Yes, so the economic effect compounded for some 33 million small businesses across our country in ways other than at the checkout counter. For federal employees, beyond the worry of working without pay or on furlough, the promise from President Donald Trump of mass firings and irreversible cuts to programs important to Democrats. With the federal government shut down and more than 500,000 furloughed, looming potential terminations. President Donald Trump posting on Truth Social that he was meeting with his budget director to determine which agencies he recommends to be cut and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. Before the shutdown started, the Trump administration sent this memo to federal agency department heads.
The legal justification the administration is using is saying, look, if something has run out of money, you have authority under federal regulations to have a reduction in force.
The memo said, consider reduction in force where discretionary funding lapses October 1, 2025. Another source of funding is not currently available, and programs, practices, and activities not consistent with the president's priorities. Constitutional law attorney David Cole.
They're trying to take that law and kind of spoon into it the potential financial effect of the shutdown on agencies, some of which are pretty low on cash, given the events of the early days of this administration where there was a lot of rollbacks of federal funding.
When I think about the economy, I think about small businesses.
Dan Veroni is an economic performance analyst and author of the book, Rethinking Economic Growth, How Small Businesses Can Help Consistently Grow the Economy. And for small business, the shutdown brings unintended consequences.
Think about the ability to get federal loans or to move forward with loans or process your paperwork for loans. That's stopped.
Before factoring furloughs and future firings.
You're absolutely losing momentum. The momentum you had from loans, from contracts, from customers coming in your door has been slowed or stopped, and it takes time, like 2 or 3 months, to build it back up.
Now, Veroni estimates $3 billion lost out of the economy during the last shutdown in the first Trump administration was never recovered once the economy got up and began rolling again. And that shutdown, of course, 35 days. A lot of people hoping and praying doesn't take this long this time to get the government open again.
All right, Sean Rabb, appreciate your coverage. Thank you.
All right.